I tell you, without fail, that you can walk out of the room and be like, hey, let me put this on auto, mute. It'll keep going. No, as soon as you leave the damn room, the game is like, okay, we're done. You need to interact with things now. It's like, come on.
Hey, we're here!
We just did that.
Traveler, Paimon. Nice work. Well...
Okay. The flower is not of this world. About the flower that is not of this world. Why would I want to read Tainari's letter? A flower that is not of this world doesn't sound like a 16 species or something created through specialized cultivation techniques. With that noted, I believe we should think out of the box. After reviewing what I have learned over the years, I have now reached a conclusion. Sucrose also came to discuss her thoughts with me. She hasn't yet decided an answer at the moment of me writing this letter, so I won't be revealing my own conclusion. We can discuss it in detail when we meet, and I hope everyone else will bring their respective answers too. I'll see you then. Wait, was there more? Albedo. Sucrose's letter. It feels strange to insert a letter into the mailbox I made myself, but I did find my answer. At first I thought that a flower created using alchemy would constitute one. That is not of this world, according to the prophecy, but after giving it some more thought, I realized that instead of creating an actual plant, a flower-shaped mechanism made in alchemical products might fit in the description better. So I arrived at my conclusion. A clock in the shape of a flower. The long passions of life brushes past the timepiece, leaving fluttering petals in its wake. The ellipsing years stir up the leaves, and pushing the needle of time forward. I mean, it's like After our conversation the other day, I went over the prophecy's wording carefully. A flower that is not of this world sounds more like a logical paradox. Think about it. If a flower is not of this... He did not just start a party. This man is intent on staying on at 1 a.m. Well, I'm sorry, but I am busy. If it is a flower that is not of this world, its existence cannot be perceived. However, if it can be perceived, it will not fit the description of the prophecy. As such, my view is that the riddle's answer doesn't have to be a real plant. However, I must also know with all due respect that the person who came up with this riddle may or may not know all the plants in the world, and I dare say that no one can make such a claim. From this perspective, you could think of something of a rare plant as a potential candidate for the answer. Attached is a list of rare plant species. I've added a short description to each entry, and I hope you can find your answer within them. Best wishes to you. No one can confidently say they will never get lost, but as long as their wish to guide and help others does not waver, they will become a ship that can traverse the waves internally. I didn't perform any divination before writing this letter, but I have a feeling that I will witness the truth behind the prophecy together with you all. So if you need me, just call on me at any place, and at my place, and I'll be there. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Before you came to me with this prophecy, it never even crossed my mind that I could be part of this. Well, as you all know, I'm probably the last person you'd think of when it comes to guiding others. I still have a long way to go, and I'm still trying to figure out how to peacefully coexist in everything with the world. But if you're asking me about who can help my friend Fischl and her friend Mo the astrologist are both very knowledgeable and brave, I'd say they're probably the ones you're looking for, and that's my answer. Guide is too grand title for me, but I'd love to be everyone's friend. It's something I think I'm good at, and I'm an attentive listener, so do let me know when you feel lost. To use an analogy, I'd like to torch out in the wild that will help illuminate everyone's path as long as it continues to burn bright. Everything written below is not meant for Kale. Dear Kale, if you're reading this, please turn away. I've been worried about Kale lately. She's recovered from the illness, but she still doesn't look all that cheerful. It feels like she still has things she can't let go of. Allow me to write down my wish here. I hope that Kale can uncover the secret behind the prophecy and find her happiness. Wherever she is, and whoever she becomes, I'll always be her friend no matter what. We're not the savior and the saved, but simple good friends. That's a pretty good-ass line. we need some water for this one. I hope this letter finds you all well. I didn't expect to be asked such a question, which caused quite a headache at first. I only know how to guide people in the geological sense, but on the journey of life, I'm still the lost kid who needs the guidance of others. But upon seeing your question, I immediately knew what I can help with. I tried drawing a map showing vegetation distribution for Mr. Tainari and Miss Kale, as well as dragon spotting calendar for Mr. Sino. Both are attached below. In the next few days, I will need to patrol with the captain and draw maps for Miss Lisa, so I can only support you with my well wishes. My apologies, please forgive me. I hope the map and list will be of some help to you. You're correct to assume that I seldom lie. This has to do with my upbringing as a desert dweller who has been living within the academia since my childhood. My usual identity makes it hard for others to trust me, and it would have been harder still if I wasn't honest. As a result, I learned to talk less and speak no more than what was necessary. Uncovering the secret behind the prophecy may come with its perils. If you need someone who can never lie, I can join you. I must make one thing clear first. I am not someone who would never lie. After hearing your question, I thought about many things in the past in earnest, and recalled many occasions which upon I lied. I often make up excuses to avoid choir practice. I also tell white lies, too. Sometimes to make myself happy, and other times to allow myself to give up on some struggles. The nicest lie I've ever come up with is the one I told Varka, that I didn't want to stay in Mondstadt. Varka responded with another lie. That was his advice to me. Your current abilities are not suited to life beyond Mondstadt's borders. I can't be the answer to the question, but I suggest that you consider what never lying actually means. Does it mean to never deceive, or to never lie with ill intent? It's a pity that I'm not the one you're looking for, but I believe that someone who meets the requirement will turn up. Good luck.
I asked Teacher Lisa to write this letter. It's much better than the ones I wrote. Many thanks. I don't lie. I trust you. Come to me when need be. I will always be there for you.
Legends were created by humans. In that sense, no legend endures forever, and all stories must end in regret someday. But as long as a good story lives in people's hearts, it does in some way live on forever. That's the conclusion I've come to after years of reading. Anyway, best of luck, little cuties.
Mom writes travel guides, but she did have friends who wrote fairy tales, so please her that a story its author spends their whole life writing will always be a good one.
I think a legend that never ends should be a story filled with hopes and dreams. It works like a baton that's passed on from one person to the next, offering something meaningful to everyone that it touches. I was once greatly encouraged by such stories, so I think I'll be going with this answer. So I'm gonna have to come up with this.
Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal, while Albedo says that his answer would be better discussed at length in person. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of a flower would constitute one that is not of this world.
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost. Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy, while Bennett suggests Fischl, Mona, or the Traveler as potential candidates. Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari and wrote up a dragon spotting calendar for Sino. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's guide, but everybody's friend.
As for one who would never lie, Rosaria removed herself from consideration, but both Razor and Sino were willing to support us in our search. Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Klee said that her mom has a number of friends who like to write storybooks. Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with hopes and dreams, and actively pass from one person to the next. So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then? You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all out in no time.
Or let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
Fucking Tainari is gonna show up like a damn jump scare, isn't he?
Wait! Wait for me!
Oh, Timaeus, what brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter. However, I'm happy to announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
Man, I'm really just interested in... I really want to see the whole Timaeus arc of this whole thing go down, so I think that's what this third part's gonna be about. I already know who his love interest is, but like for people who didn't at least do the potion event, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Huh? This is kinda sudden. Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Of course, of course. Do you still remember the time I,
There you go.
collaborated with a certain Miss Ying-ar?
Yes, the very, suggestive sexual woman. Rings a bell.
Well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into potion making once, and, well, we...
Wait! So
Whoops.
Ying-ar is the girl from Lila that Sucrose mentioned earlier? We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So
No.
you've just been writing letters to Ying-ar the whole time?
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. And anyway, our correspondence covers a lot of serious topics, like perfumes, potions, alchemy. Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and never utter an insincere word until the day that I've managed to win Miss Ying-ar's heart.
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking Cecilia's as a gift for Ying-ar?
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart transformed by the power of love. I couldn't think of a better flower to give than that. I know full well that Miss Ying-ar is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways of our craft, but I thought I should make the effort for once and put myself out there. Which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the Windbloom Festival. I thought it was time for me to invite Miss Ying-ar to Mondstadt, but yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl achieve her dream.
Huh?
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done my remaining work for me. I feel incredibly guilty. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people.
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
But then what about Ying-ar?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now?
Puppy?
You said you were gonna invite her to Mondstadt.
Oh my goodness, he's licking my whole dang hand.
Well, yes, I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked Windblooms, along with a handwritten letter. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. As soon as it's resolved, I'll make haste to Liyue to pick her up in person. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. All I can do now is hope that she'll understand. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor. Plus, I think I'm an honest person. As far as I recall, I don't think I've told a single lie in my life.
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech. Don't worry, Timaeus. We won't let your determination go to waste.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Ah, thank you, everyone. I promise to do everything I can to help.
Okay,
No.
so it looks like we found our one who would never lie.
No.
Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other three. Okay, Paimon will do the honors. Ahem.
Oh, well, thank God Tainari isn't here.
We have with us here the flower, the guide, legend and Timaeus. Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus' name? You should say my name too. All right. We also have Clee. That's me!
With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Albedo, have you figured out your answer?
Of course. We will soon see if my hypothesis has any merit.
Actually, I'm still feeling a little nervous.
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just a moment ago?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this.
Actually, I'm a little worried too. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder when there are so many people watching.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
According to the prophecy, once we've figured out the answer, we should test it at the Lantern of Utmost Joy. Wait, but where is this lantern? Oh, we know something about that.
I've already found out where it is.
What? Wow, that's amazing. You really know how to do everything under the sun.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
Follow me.
This is it! We're off to find the sacred location of the Lantern of Utmost Joy.
Let us go. Well, I was about to go somewhere fucking far off. I can't remember what event is coming out at. I can actually check in the thing about what event is coming out after this. But I don't know if it'll be... If it comes out tomorrow, they might not even start editing these Genshin videos yet until it's closer to that due date. I will have to check to see if tomorrow, if I'll just record some more Genshin, which would be probably doing the Dia event. I don't know if I really feel like doing
It
the
should be somewhere around here.
hangout event with Fleischen.
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
Aww. I don't see any lanterns here. Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern of Utmost Joy actually looks like, right? Maybe we've overlooked something?
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Exactly. Vente's note here says we should look up and seek the answer from the sky.
Hyman's reading too. Huh? It says to look up, but there's nothing above us. The wind didn't trick us, did it?
The slip also says now you should recite the incantation. Paimon, take a look at this.
Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
You know, from the event page, I'm guessing that Klee is the squirrel and Albedo is the pointy-eared cat. Oh, cutscene.
Look!
No?
The wind is
Thought we were
blowing!
gonna get a cutscene.
What a strong wind current.
What?
Let's ride it up and see where it leads us.
Huh? We'll have to fly up there? Can someone carry me with them?
Here.
This is the first time I've ever flown like this!
There's a whole fucking What in the hell? Alright. Who set all this up? Lots of
How did this
books.
little island get up here in the sky? Did somebody make it? Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost.
How would you get lost?
Oh, good thinking, Kale. Huh. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as if someone was holding a tea party.
I wonder if this has something to do with Alice.
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above Mondstadt, too.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table. There's even a chair for each side of the lantern, too. There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have a closer look. Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall reach enlightenment. Well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's simple enough.
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear for a moment.
Well, all our questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible to feel stressed here.
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps or suspicious mechanisms, but I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Looks like we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
That sounds kind of smart. But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. Mona, is there something wrong? You're not looking too good.
Oh, are you hungry? I brought some snacks. Thank you for offering, Clee, but that's not quite it. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin, hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me as soon as we stepped foot in here. But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then no. Could that person be?
Mona just shivered. Did she sense some kind of great power?
What do you mean, Mona?
Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Don't leave us on the edge like this, Mona.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes, let's test the hypothesis together, Clee.
Come on, join us, Mona. Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find a flower that is not of this world,
You can do it, Sucrose.
then I would fetch a tetratanic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Kale, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others.
Aw.
I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been given.
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie. Although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident that I've always been an honest person. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no tale more befitting the title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Wait! The lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern are glowing! Huh?
But all we did was submit a batch of test answers.
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, all right. Huh? What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? observations correctly?
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven that there is no right answer for this prophecy.
No right answer? But how could that be?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
Oh, there she's here.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey! You're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then, why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Huh? But why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it.
Turn on that little gamophone.
Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Huh. Why did this little thing just light up? How strange.
Hello? On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Mom? Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
I'm hearing the Lady Dummy-tresque.
Oh, Dallas. I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
So I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds so coy all of a sudden?
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact and trusting to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
It's a really long table.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Wait. I'm completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story.
This is where we get our cutscene.
Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel?